red, blue, purple light. Friends, red, blue, purple light. Friends, facts, red, blue, purple light. Friends, red and blue, purple light. Friends, facts. You can get to know the legend, sacrilegious Sunday to Melanin Monday. You can get to know the legend, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I open my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we're stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. If we don't put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light. To the family. Peace, love and light. To the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
Peace to the family, peace to you and yours, peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome to Melanin Mondays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar. All right. Let me know how we sounding on the audio. That song that you just heard is the Facts remix from the 44 Tops. The Facts remix from the 44 Tops. Yeah. That EP is on the way. The EP is on the way. We got merch on deck at the mark125.com. And we also have the single available as well for the download. All right. But yeah, that right there. Yeah, that's a banger. That's a banger. That's about to go. We going on tour with that one right there. Please believe it. We definitely going on tour around the world with that one. That's a banger. But good evening, everybody. Welcome. How's everybody doing on this beautiful moon and whatnot? Let's go ahead and do the roll call. Shout out to the IG family, the Facebook family, and the YouTube family. You dig? Let's go ahead and do the roll call so we see who is in the building tonight before we get into our build. You know what I mean? That blue full moon. Yeah, I just saw the moon in Atlanta. It is popping. It is popping. You know what I mean? Sitting out real big. Oakland is in the building. Harlem is in the building. We got Dallas, Texas in the building. Naptown is in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Savannah, Georgia. All right. Savannah, Georgia. Uber blue moon. Yes. All right. Omaha, Nebraska. All right. San Fran, Psycho. Saginaw, Michigan. Warner Robins, Georgia. I never heard of that. That's new. St. Louis, Minneapolis, DC, Tampa, the Land of Flowers, Bed-Stuy, do or die, Vegas in the building. We got NOLA, baby. Sanford in the building. Sodom and Gomorrah, ATL. For real. Tucson. All right. Hinesville. We got Honolulu in the building. We got Miami in the building. Everybody who sees the moon, let us know. Tap in. If you are witnessing this blue moon, this magnificent moon, wherever you domicile, please let us know so we could all be tapped in, because this is a very powerful moon and this is a window. You know how we do with the moons. We take full advantage of all opportunities that open up. Be more in the building. East Flatbush in the building. Massachusetts, Houston in the building. All right. Gary, Indiana. South Kakalaka, Miami, Wyoming. All right. We got Queen City up in this thing. Fort Lauderdale, Broward up in this thing. Sig Nasty. Sag Nasty. Michigan. I'm the illest nigga in Nebraska. That's right. Mystic, Philly, Spartansburg. We got Cheyenne, Wyoming. You dig? Massachusetts, there's a cloud cover. Oh man, you need to see it. You need whenever them clouds clear up, make sure you get your eyes on that. That moon is popping, it's speaking. It's an energy on it. Virginia, Kingstree, Decatur. All right. All right. Conyers is in the building. Watch out now. We got Conyers in the building. BK, QB, ATL, FF, Charleston, Chicago, Republic of Cameroon, Vegas, Jersey, Greensboro. It's still daylight in Vegas. That's crazy. That's crazy. Chicago via Trinidad, Wagwan. Yeah, so we in the building. You know what I'm talking about? We in the building. We deep up in this back. We outside. We in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Brookhaven, H-Town was happening. Myrtle Beach was cracking. Midwest was popping. All right. Philly in the building. Louisiana in the building. Van Nuys, Cali in the building. DC in the building. Louisiana. All right. So we here. Welcome everybody. Peace, peace, love, and light. All right. If you were with us last night when we did the panel, we had a monumental panel with our good brother Sharif Anail Bey, Hank Rising son, King Simon, and the brother Q Reeves. Am I forgetting anybody? Yeah, I think that was it. And it was lit. It was a classic. Yeah. We are gonna have a part 2 to that panel. You know, time was flying on that thing. I looked up, it was 2 hours and change. So we're gonna bring a part 2. The people was loving the information, they was loving the vibes and everything. So yeah, we'll bring it back. And we were talking about the year of the dragon. We were getting into the year of the dragon, multiple different angles and whatnot. So if you did not check that out, make sure you do check it out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you will be informed anytime we upload or go live. You will receive a notification. That's very important. You dig? Shout out to Blue Pill, Pope Pablo. He had his 100th episode of Mineral Ministries this past Sunday. He's up to episode 100. So shout out to the good brother for, being very consistent and doing his work. You feel me? Doing the work. And yeah. Yeah, I said Hank. I said Uncle. I said Hank Rising Son when I mentioned those names. It was Hank Rising Son, Q Reeves, King Simon, brother Sharif Anail Bey, and myself. And yeah, it was lit. So we're gonna continue doing these panels, bringing the alumni back, bringing the OGs back. You know what I mean? Doing what just doing what the people have been asking us to do. Bring that that KTL feeling back. So thank you everybody for showing up and pulling up. And we are here tonight. We are here tonight. You dig? A lot of things going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things going on, but at the same time, you know, Ain't too much going on. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of shit going on, but ain't too much. Time, of course, is still moving like a freight train, very fast. Every minute that every time I pop up is damn near the end of the month. I don't know how this is happening, but it is happening. And we're making the best of what we could do, with the time that's permitted. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. So we're gonna pull up an article about the super blue moon so everybody could kind of like tap in and have a better understanding about what the moon is and what's the significance of all of that. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Boom. The next full moon is a super moon, blue moon. So definitely it is time for anybody out there who if you have candles in the crib, this would be the time to get those candles, get ready. If you like taking baths and whatnot, to get into a mood, to basically get into a meditative mood, listening to some Londrell or some, some laid back sounds and whatnot, some binaural beats, if you wanted to take a trip with some plant-based medicines, all of these things are in play right now during this moon. But let's read more into it. The full moon will be on Monday afternoon, August the 19th, 2024 at 2:26 p.m. This will be Tuesday morning from Nepal Standard Time eastward across the rest of Asia. This will be a supermoon. The term supermoon was coined in 1979 as either a new or full moon that occurs when the moon is within 90% of its closest approach to Earth. Since we don't really see new moons, what has caught the public's attention are full supermoons, as they are the brightest and biggest full moons of the year. This will be the first of 4 consecutive supermoons this year, with the full moons in September and October virtually tied for the closest of the year. Although it will not look blue, as the third full moon in a season with 4 full moons, this will be a blue moon. The first recorded use of blue moon in English dates to 1528. Speculations on the origin of the term include Old English phase. Okay. The Maine Farmer's Almanac began publishing Indian names for full moons in the 1930s, and these names have become widely known and used. According to the almanac, as the full moon in August, the Algonquin tribes in what is now the northeastern USA call this the sturgeon moon, after the large fish that were more easily caught during this time of year in the Great Lakes and other major bodies of water. Other names reported for this moon include the red moon, the corn or green corn moon, the barley moon, the herb moon, the grain moon, and the dog moon. Okay. So the night they start the Democratic Convention or the Democratic Convention is on this moon. Okay. This full moon corresponds with the Hindu festival Raksha Bandhan, also called Rakhi Purnamina, right? Purnima, celebrating the bond between brothers and sisters. One of the traditions is for sisters of all ages to tie a rakhi, a cotton bracelet, around their brother's wrist, receiving a gift from the brother in return as a sign of the continuing bond between them. The term Raksha Bandhan translates as the bond of protection, obligation, or care. In many traditional moon based calendars, the full moons fall on or near the middle of each month. This full moon is near the middle of the 7th month of the Chinese year of the dragon. Safar in the Islamic calendar, and Av or Ave in the Hebrew calendar. Av corresponds with Tu B'Av, a holiday in modern Israel similar to Valentine's Day. For science fiction fans, a note on the author Theodore Sturgeon in honor of the Sturgeon moon. Theodore Sturgeon wrote mostly science fiction, but some horror and mystery stories. For Star Trek fans, his scripts introduce more important concepts, although only shore leave and Amic Time were produced. Yeah, so I would definitely once again suggest for all of my planners, visionaries, dignitaries, those who have ideas that you want to give birth to, those who have concepts that you want to give birth to, those who are working on something creative right now and you want to breathe life into it. Well, the consecration or the ceremony should be around the time of this moon. You know what I mean? To really like solidify and consecrate whatever it is that you're doing. One of the easiest ways to even do that right now is to write on a piece of parchment paper with a lead pencil, okay, with a lead pencil, and actually put it in the moonlight, okay? Some people bury their parchment paper. Some people burn their parchment paper when they want to banish somebody, or some people just write it out and they put it in their journal and they put it on either their altar or they leave it in their journal. Okay. It's whatever resonates with you. Okay. You're not obligated to do anything one way, but that's the power of this moon. That's the power of the moons. But definitely this one that we have, this sitting right there in the sky, very proudly and very boldly, might I add. Where I'm at, I'm seeing it very. I don't know wherever y'all are at, how it's looking, but it's popping out tonight. It's definitely sitting in the sky, very close to the earth. Okay. Yes, it's stronger if you do it outside and after. Yeah, and in your grounding, is definitely a stronger appeal. Um, who is that? Who's this person that you're naming? Oh, I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar. Consecration is the action of declaring something sacred. That's right. And what better time than to consecrate something than under this moonlight right here? You know what I mean? What better time? You know, um, for couples, this is a great time for couples to utilize sex magic to create. Yeah, this is that opportunity to bring ideas, plans in to life. You feel me? To life. You know, with that magnetism that exists between couples. Use that for your benefit. Cut cords and let go of people. Should we fast and go sober during the moon or intake for spiritual practices? Interesting question. I would say, if you were to ask me personally, I would say fasting for the moon. I would say fasting for the moon. I would refrain from, alcohol. I would refrain from sacraments. I would refrain from things of that nature. But I would do libations. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely offer libations. You know how Bobby did the spitting in the four directions with the spirits. I would do something like that. But to get shit faced right now, no, 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 it's not that. This is not the time for that. Yeah, heavy meditation. If you can go grounding, definitely go grounding. if you could go into nature, to be one with nature right now, that would be recommended. Like, let's say you pitch a tent somewhere in the forest, or somewhere in your backyard, or somewhere surrounding areas, and what, yeah, go for it. Go for it, definitely. You said Bufu this weekend? Legend. Legend. That's what's up. Fasted until 6. Dope. Dope. Yeah. And the energy is kind of strong. I'm not sure. It's something in the air. The energy is very electrifying and magnetic these days. So you could get tapped in very easily. You know what I'm saying? You could tap in very easily, especially if you focus. Should we intake TV? Absolutely not. I would say no right now. I would say no. You know, they have the convention, the DNC convention right now. I peeped a little bit of it, but I wouldn't be laid up watching no shit like that, because they're just doing a lot of, it's heavy programming. Every 3 words is diversity and some other shit that they're trying to incorporate. I would avoid that like the plague until a few other days from now. They're gonna be in Chicago to like 3 days and shit. I would not give a lot of my emotional energy and psychic powers and concentration to that. You know what I mean? You know, because for what? What are you gaining out of that? Oh, you was on the boomies watching the moon, huh? Yeah, that shit is lit. Somebody said, "What if you're in love with 2 men asking for a friend?" Balance, balance. One of my favorite movies, She Gotta Have It. She was out there juggling shit. Balance. You feel me? Like, because it's possible. It's possible. These are possibilities that you could love more than one person. So I would say, um, if that's the case, I would utilize this moon to bring more clarity. If you are looking to either slim down the options or even expand, for that matter, you would use this as deep meditation to get the answers that you need. You know what I'm saying? Mhm. That hurricane is pulling a lot of energy, plus the DNC. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's definitely like that. Yeah, they. It's to balance your chakras, clean your aura and environment. Yeah, I agree with what Katera says. You got a friend that took shrooms while was eating McDonald's and tried to replace it with sea moss. What the hell? First off, you can't take shrooms and dead ass. You know what I mean? You can't take shrooms and dead food. You can't do that. Like, you should at least, if you're gonna do the boomies, you should at least either fast for 24 hours or get on your yaki shit and just, body some fruits and vegetables before you get into all of that. Or just go super water fast, you know what I mean? And then go crazy. But McDonald's, that's like the Casamigos and shrooms. They said it on a rap song. Shrooms and McDonald's. So the shrooms is interfacing with the processed non-decomposable lab mock meat that human DNA hamburgers. Like, no wonder that nigga had to go to the hospital. He done activated the zombie juice in the fucking Big Mac. So no. How did he recover? Either he would have to I would take some type of laxative, maybe cascara sagrada, which will cause griping, but you want to get all that shit out your system. You don't want it to you know what I mean? You want to get all of that out, you know. But he's not an anomaly, Rochelle. He's not an anomaly because, I mentioned this on the show a lot. I'm in Atlanta, and because of the rap music, because of Two Chains embraced the shroom culture. He was the first one. He started doing these 70s themed psychedelic parties. Two Chains, the rapper. Then 21 Savage, who probably got on the who probably got turned out at one of these Two Chain events, right? Because Two Chains was the one who kind of really on the Atlanta hip hop side, he might been the one who popped it off in Atlanta for the hood niggas, right? Like for the streets and the industry. And 21 Savage and Young Nudie with the song Eggplants, they went ahead and they took it because remember Atlanta influences everything. So they went and pushed it on a national, regional, scale because the song went viral. So they the niggas that got the young boy and then Boozy as well, my evil twin. Boozy was on World Star talking about he was on shrooms like about a year ago and whatnot. Right. So that's the new shit, right? That's the new shit, right? So yeah, Future is on shrooms and everything. They pushing it. So even any drug bust that you see in Atlanta these days is weed and shrooms. That's the foundation. It just starts with that. It goes into other things, but it's definitely trees and shrooms is the requirement. Like that's what everybody is pushing. So they in the club, standing on couches, fucking with the Don Julio. Like I done sipped on some of that Don Julio and some of the Case Amigos. What the fuck are y'all drinking, bro? That shit is like fire water for real. Like, you know what I mean? I come from the goddamn the hypnotic days, niggas. Like, goddamn, that shit was fire water. I was like, what are and I'm sipping. I'm like, I'm taking a little sipping tin. They out here guzzling shit. So yeah, they are gonna be going on some very interesting. You got killers standing on couches, full face tats, smashing 10 grams in the club, Brody. In the club, right? In the Clubbington. 21 Savage, Nudie, No Plug, Young Thug, all of them be into the African spirituality, Ifa off. Yeah. So the same way that Ifa took over Atlanta, Shrooms is taking over right now. It's all connected. It's all connected. If y'all pay attention to the culture and see how the culture is being influenced from the bottom up and whatnot, the same is connected in a sense to whereas when they start talking about it, everybody else starts doing it. So if you want to influence youth culture, right? You start with Atlanta and then they spread it out. You have to put one of them under the deodorant. You got to basically have them as an acolyte, you have to take one of the rappers and make them a student and then have them, you become the Geppetto and you have them push whatever agenda that you have. So knowing that people that are in the streets and knowing that Atlanta needs healing, first of all, Atlanta needs healing ever since they killed them boys in the 80s and whatnot. The Atlanta child murders, they've been doing pure rituals on this city. I was riding around in a car today, just in my mind, going through. Well, really, Spirit was talking to me and it was reminding me about the spell that was casted with the Atlanta child murders and how homicides and child murders and now children are still dying at an exorbitant amount of children are dying daily in Atlanta. But it began to kick off all the way back then. all the way back then. Okay, with the Atlanta child murders, it was a ritual, and a lot of the child murders, not just in Atlanta, a lot of black boys began to they began to die. The Atlanta child murders is like in the 80s, right? Early 80s. So 5 years after that, we have the crack wars, and the youth are getting killed. Okay, because they're the number one victims in the crack wars and whatnot, is the black youth, especially the boys. You know what I'm saying? So the ritual of the Atlanta child murders, which, by the way, was not Wayne Wiggins alone, Spirit and nothing else. Spirit told me that the KKK was involved in that, and Stone Mountain was the altar. Okay, because if you're not familiar with how Stone Mountain is set up, you literally could ride. They have train tracks around Stone Mountain. You could ride trucks, jeeps, and vans right up the mountain. They ride Wrangler trucks up the mountain and whatnot, Ram trucks to the top of the mountain. You feel me? So there's like, you know how they have the dark side of the moon where nobody really could go to? They have the dark side of the mountain. Like there's a public facing side, then there's the dark side of the mountain where nobody is allowed. They have it blocked off and whatnot. So on the dark side of the mountain, because remember the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, they was they had control over Stone Mountain. They literally have the paperwork where they are the owner. They were the owners. There was a family that was the owners of Stone Mountain. They were all affiliated with the Ku Klux Klan. Henceforth, why you have all of the Confederate streets named after Robert E. Lee Boulevard. You have the Confederacy carved on the side of the mountain. You feel me? So it is their biggest shrine. It is their biggest shrine. Okay? It's a shrine. It's an altar made out of crystal. And we've been changing the energy up by doing our ceremonies and our rituals, but they were doing mad rituals on the mountain for Adin. You know what I'm talking about? For Adin, you know? Because they said the Young Thug, the shit that he's going through right now, that the world is witnessing, the whole thing with Young Thug, because he was an Ifa. They said that he had messed up, something went wrong. Maybe he didn't pay the Babalao. I don't know. But whatever it was, rumors in the streets was that he got, struck down and whatnot. And that's what we're seeing with his trials and tribulations, because he was protected. This was not supposed to happen. You feel me? This was never supposed to happen. And he must have violated to such a degree to whereas, his protection got removed from him. Now, I don't know who's putting in the work to help him get out of this situation, but them beads came off a lot of those rappers' necks in Atlanta. I just want to preface that. Them beads came off. They was rocking them shits heavy when Thug was out. They was rocking them things heavy in the streets. Them beads have come off of a lot of those rappers' necks. So now their latest foray into spirituality, or because they fuck around with it, they get their feet wet. So their latest foray is into psychedelics. That's their newest collective, because remember, Atlanta is a studio culture. It's a strip club. It's a strip club culture. It's a studio culture, and it's a gang culture, along with other things. So people do things together out here. It's a college town, so people do things together. You know what I mean? People do things in collectives. So they're experimenting. They was experimenting with ecstasy as a collective in Atlanta. They was doing Molly as a collective in Atlanta. Okay. They were doing a lot of those things back in the days, right? Everybody, it becomes a club thing. So in the club is where the club is the social space out here, right? Remember, they go to the strip club to eat wings. They go to the strip club to eat wings. They go to the strip club on their first date in Atlanta. You understand? So they socialize differently out here than they do in other places. Like you could bag something at Walmart. You know what I'm talking about? And be like, yo, go and get dressed, take off that bonnet. We gonna go and get some wings at Magic City. And Shorty will be like, oh my goodness, what a gentleman. Like that's the culture out here. So they take they're going on psychedelic trips as a collective. So imagine being in a club and instead of people being on ecstasy and pills and whatnot and Xannies and Percocets, they're on shrooms, listening to goddamn Young Thug while sipping on some hard liquor. I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be in that club. To be honest with you, I don't want to have. I don't want to know what that conversation sounds like. I don't want to. I would never want to be around a shorties twerking on 10 grams of shrooms. I don't want to be around none of that. You know what I'm talking about? I just know that it's going down like that in Atlanta, real heavy. So I know a shorty, right? She was like, yeah, she was like, a nigga was in the club crying and whatnot, had a full face of tattoos. He was crying about his bodies and whatnot because he was on shrooms. He was being haunted by the when you kill people, you get haunted. You know what I'm saying? You get haunted by whatever spirit you took. So you got the strippers who done went through some shit before in life. You know, they all got a backstory. So they crying and whatnot. They yawning and crying and shit. They going through whatever they going through on the shrooms. Then you got the drug dealers, the killers, niggas that grab their ankles and whatnot. They on shrooms. So they going through some type of healing as well. So Atlanta's healing right now. You know, Atlanta's healing the way that Atlanta knows how to heal. You know what I mean? Because keep in mind, it is junkie culture out here. It is junkie culture. You feel me? It is junkie culture. And I'm not judging nobody. I'm definitely smudging these niggas. It's turned into junkie culture, right? Young Thug came through with the stoner shit. These niggas are junkies, bro. They're walking around with pregnant bellies. They got opiate addictions. These niggas are junkies. They literally what's that boy name? What's the boy name that be looking wild crazy? It's not Rich the Kid, it's the other one who be looking crazy. They look like that nigga. You know what I mean? Yeah, with the lean bellies and whatnot. You know what I mean? You know who I'm talking about too when I say who he is. He looks he's out of the young niggas. He not just Trippy Red, not Playboy Cardi. This is the nigga that be having a spittle on the side of his mouth. He be looking, he's mad dried up and he be looking like a straight fiend and whatnot. So a lot of people out here look like that nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Trippy Red is a gremlin. Famous Dex. There you go. I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have guessed the name out of all of the Rolodex of the names that Famous Dex ass nigga. Yeah, he got sober, but I'm talking about his archetype, his algorithm. It's lesbians that look like him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in Atlanta, when they fiend out, they look like that nigga. Keep in mind, the fiend or the junkie shit came from Fabo and them. That Laffy Taffy, Candy Girl. So they've been turning into young fiends out here since Fabo days, nigga, when they was taking them goddamn Skittle pills. So they went from the Skittles, they went from the ecstasy to the coke. Let's keep that in mind. Niggas was on powder because whatever the strippers do out here, whatever the sex workers is on, that's what these niggas get on. You do know this, right? Because remember, this is a stripper town, you know. Some of the rappers got healing and healthy. Yeah. I think a few of them did. I think a few of y'all went and rescued some of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'll be seeing them with the sundress shorties in Walmart, the rappers. You know, they done got rescued from some of the queens. You know what I'm talking about? The queens that the Grand Risings done got to these niggas and put them on that sea moss. You know, but it's crazy out here. Yeah, Atlanta's a human trafficking hub, bro. It's crazy out here. Like it's we keep certain things. I stay in the house. First of all, disclaimer: I don't be outside like that no more out here. I be's in the house. Nelly was called with ecstasy making a comeback because the rappers are talking about it. Ecstasy is making a fucking comeback, yo, for real, for real. That's a fact. Niggas is on them pink pills. It's making a comeback. So they went from the E pills to the powder. Then they went from the powder to the bars or the Xannies and whatnot, right? Because they was on Molly water. I lived through all of these eras in Atlanta where I came here in 1997. I've been coming back and forth to Atlanta since 97. So I've seen this city metamorph into what it's become today. This is the 10th version of Atlanta that I'm seeing. The 10th version. You know? A lot of brothers I met kept saying most of the women they approach immediately asked him that he have any money for them. Man, yo, I got a story to tell, but I don't even like talking about it. I had went to Vegas with my nigga Human. I'm gonna put you out there. I'm gonna put his name out. I was with Human for his birthday, and you know, we was chilling, and it was like it was a busy weekend and whatnot, and we had got approached by two prostitutes from Miami, and they was horrible. You know what I'm talking about? Just the way that they was acting and whatnot. Like it was horrible. It was a horrible experience because the thirstiness, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't have no shame. They don't have no shame. My nigga Human had bought something. I think we was at a weed bar, a dispensary. He purchased something, and then the lady brought back change. And the prostitute girl, she just took the nigga change. Like she didn't even ask, yo, can I take your change? She just took it and put it in her bag. And I'm looking around like a fish out of water, like, is this the new fucking, this is how they doing it? Like, this what's going on? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy, bro. It's crazy. If this is the shit that y'all gotta deal with, I feel bad for y'all, bro. This young Miami city girls, the man gotta buy everything. The man gotta pay for everything. The man gotta show you what? Nigga, what? Like what are we doing? You know? So you said they be doing that in ATL a lot? Yeah, like I said, I be on the West End, you know what I mean? It hasn't gotten to the West End yet. They still holding on. They still holding on, you know what I'm saying? But shit like that, it's turned this whole city is turned into a junkie city because they let them pills. The pills were gateway drug. Ecstasy was the gateway. It opened up the lot of fuck. One of my peoples who I came out here with to Atlanta in 1997. One of my day ones. This nigga is a whole fiend right now. You know what I mean? And he had a Lamborghini. He was getting busy. This nigga touched a lot of money. You feel me? Over the years. And he a whole fiend right now. Washing cars and shit. You could find him at a gas station. This is one of my guys. You feel me? Solid nigga. But he start fucking with them girls, put him on that Molly water. You feel me? Put him on that Molly water, and I don't know what happened after that. You know what I mean? Because I promise you, niggas was out here taking cocktails of pills from like 2012 when it was turned. The BMF era. That's when everybody was on the pills during the Big Meech era. We talking 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7. They got knocked around 2005. So right around up until like 2007 and 8, it was heavy. Everybody was on pills in Atlanta. Everybody was coked up and on pills type shit. And then that's turned into the Fetty niggas is on Fetty Wap. They on crack. You feel me? They on crack. You know? They on the dog food. Yeah, they on that dog food heavy. So when I hear that there's when I hear that the biggest new party drug is shrooms, and they're not doing 1 and 2 grams, mind you. No, they're doing dog food is the dope. That's the dog food. When you hear the rappers talk about the dog food, that's the heroin. So, oh yeah, boat been a thing in New York of the angel dust. You know what I mean? But they not on the boat. They not on the boat out here. This ain't the boat, my nigga. This ain't the love boat. This is the perkies, the perk 30s, right? That's the new Viagra, right? That's the perk 30s, but it's an opiate, right? And they are on the fucking Xannies, the bars, right? The bars is what'll make you go. That's when you hear all of that shit about them doing carjackings and they thrill killing, like they carjacking people and bodying them in places like Detroit and whatnot. That is those they're going on, they blacking out, they on them pills blacking out, and it got them on murder sprees. Took a chill pill, now she killed Bill. You feel me? Yeah, the honey and the perk 30s, they'll be in your guts all night. Little gremlin niggas will be on your back all night. You know what I'm saying? You might have to ban these niggas. But these are children that were born junkies. You know, these are children that were born junkies. So they're tapping into their trauma. They're tapping into their childhood trauma. They're tapping into their DNA, you know? So you got to be very careful. These rappers is out here lining niggas up. They doing well above 25 grams of psilocybin and taking shots of Casamigos. I'm trying to explain. They are going the fuck in. They're not just microdosing. These niggas they crazy, bro. They're going the fuck in with the psychedelics. Okay? But if done right, we talking about severe healing, supreme healing. If done right, we're talking about like you can't ask for a better scenario, you know. And it's the hood, it's the trenches, it's the gutter of the gutter. So they're gonna do things their way. They don't run, they don't go by the same rule book that quote unquote civilized niggas go by. You know what I mean? They need to go to Mount Shasta. Damn sure do. They damn sure do. They definitely do. They definitely do. In a perfect world, our community or our network would just get our shit together, and then we'll be able to meet some of those people where they're at and provide, some type of solutions. I don't want to sound like we got the solution and we are coming outside with capes on, saving niggas in Bankhead, because that's really not what it is. I be seeing what's the name, Big Bank from TDE, from the Big Bank from Big Facts, the podcast. They be doing hikes and whatnot. This nigga used to be a big nigga, so now they doing hikes to lose weight and to focus on health. Right? They going up Stone Mountain. They going on hikes. They going on runs and shit like that. They're going on the trails. This whole thing with the Beyonce and she bringing back Cowboy Carter. This is putting our people on horses, and that's putting them back in nature, and that's putting them on trails where they ride these horses and whatnot. These are small type of observations that I'm making, but it just speaks to how our people are falling back into their original nature, and they're falling back into their, it's almost like cycles. Time is centrifugal, so they're coming back to their older selves, like shit that they used to do as children or what their parents were doing. You feel me? And it has this subtle it has subtle implications. Like, people are finding some of the things that they need, some of the tools that they need for their journey. You have no idea what a person's revelations, or what kind of revelations are being revealed to them while on 25 grams or 20 grams. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some deep shit. You feel me? I pray that some of these sisters who are in these clubs dancing and whatnot, that they take 10 grams and have a reawakening like Hippolyta. You know what I mean? They see the goddess in them. You feel me? They see their higher self and whatnot. Some of these people are going to come out of these situations as teachers. They're going to emerge. They're going to bud. They're going to blossom. Everybody got the fucking internet. It's something that you can't stop. All right. So out of that, pay attention. You will see the rise of of some type of either a new group that's going to bring a new music, right? Because I'm waiting for the music. I'm patiently waiting. I'm waiting for some type of Outcast revival type of shit. You feel me? Because back in the days when Outcast was popping with Stankonia, you couldn't tell me them niggas wasn't on 10 grams of shrooms a day. I swore they was on all kind of barbiturates and whatnot. So remember, Atlanta's the home of organized noise. It's the home of Outkast, Goody Mob. That red soil produced those type of artists. Well, it's time to produce more of that. And the quote unquote it it's fertilized. The fertilizer has been laid. Yeah, Earth Gang comes the closest. I agree. The it's been, rest in peace to Rico Wade. Rest in peace to Rico Wade. I just looked at my phone and saw that I had Rico's number and everything in my phone. I remember meeting the brother, and I had his number. I could have literally been at Stankonia, getting some of that wisdom and whatnot before the brother left us, and tapped out. But I'm looking for that type of music to come back. It's ripe for that. It is ripe for that. You feel me? The ingredients to bake that cake, everything is in the kitchen right now. The political climate, you know what I'm saying? That's there. The way that the planets are aligned and whatnot, that's there. Spirituality just being quote unquote regular and whatnot, that's there. So I'm waiting. It's gonna happen. Maybe one of these niggas will take some 10 grams and listen to the Andre Flute album, and it'll just open up some shit, and they'll just create a whole new revolution in the music and the frequency. But that's what needs to change. The frequencies need to change. As you can see, if you look at the if you look at the landscape of Atlanta music, since we got out there, right? Since we got out here, 2022. You know what I mean? The music has changed. Music has changed. Atlanta is not making the same music anymore. They're not that factory that that factory belt, that shit popped. You understand? Little Baby is not lit no more. Young Thug is not lit no more. You feel me? These rappers like YFN Lucci, he's not lit anymore. You know, the Migos are not lit anymore. You understand? That sound has been neutralized. And I didn't do anything. I just paying attention with the ancestors struck all of that down. That's a fact. And the women is out here going crazy and whatnot. They ran with it and they out here going crazy, but they gonna get struck down too. Yeah, the nigga Gunna done slimmed up. He talking about eating vegetables and whatnot. Future's holding on for his dear life. So there was a shift, and we are not, I can't tell you why the shift happened or who made the shift happen. That's not on me to tell you. You would have to kind of like, I would rather you tell me. I would rather you tell me. However, there's no denying that when we got out here, there was a dominant sound, and that dominant sound was attached to a crime wave, and that crime wave was attached to a frequency, of energy that Atlanta had. It was a very dark energy. It was a lot of tension in the air. People were getting their cars broken into, houses ran into, people was getting shot down in the streets, you know what I mean, robbed, all kind of shit, you name it. The clubs was getting shot up. And in the span of about 2 years, that shit has come to a fucking screeching halt. I'm here to let you know. You might not be out here and you might not be aware of the culture of what's going on out here. But it's a lot of shit going on out here, but it's definitely not what was going on when we were here, before we got here. Okay, we got on that Stone Mountain. We got on top of that mountain with hundreds of people, and we put it out into the universe. We want to change the frequency of this city starting now. We want to change. We want to reverse the curse. We want to cut through the quote unquote shitstorm of dark energy that is gripping this city. And we affirmed it and we said, so mote it be. And that's what happened. That's what started to happen. It shit kicked in immediately. Okay. It started kicking in immediately. So, we don't realize how powerful we are as a collective. We don't realize how powerful that our willpower is as a collective. We could will things into existence, right? We could will things into existence. We could speak things into existence. We could ceremoniously consecrate ideas, concepts, and our narrative. This is what we do as a people, both consciously and unconsciously. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe on higher principalities, and principalities are basically ideas and concepts. Principalities, higher principalities. What are your higher principles? So Atlanta is known to have lower principles. Talk about Atlanta influences the culture. Let's talk about how it influences the culture. Let's talk about how it influences the culture. because people is they'll say Andre 3000's name all day. They'll throw his name around, but nobody near one of these niggas are trying to live like him. They're just saying his name in vain, because none of these rappers who come out of the quote unquote A and whatnot, this new generation that are mimicking themselves after Gucci Man and whatnot, and Jeezy and whatnot, these niggas are not walking in Andre 3000's footsteps. They're not doing that. They're not holding up the. You said Rory did. Shout out to Rory. I'm not really that familiar with the whole Rory catalog. Shout out to Gray. You feel me? There are exceptions to the rule, of course. There are exceptions to the rule. What I'm speaking on mostly is the artists who are like those frontliners, those frontliners, the names that are mentioned as these Atlanta greats and all of that shit. Like they not following. The only thing that they might follow Andre 3000 is the dressing type shit, to be different type shit. That's about it. But the rhyme style, IDK out of Dreamville, and JID, right? Those would be the closest when it comes to like the pen. You know what I mean? Because it's all about it's the pen game, not just the flow. Who the fuck is writing? Who the fuck is writing in this who's pen? Who's writing the way that Andre 3000 was writing? Forget about how he performed it. What about how he wrote? What about his pen game? I don't see that. I don't really see that. You know what I'm saying? They're rapping like they're doing. These rappers in Atlanta are punching rappers, punch in rappers. That's a Gucci Man clone. Okay, they coming after. They're following when Lil Wayne showed niggas. It was a World Star hip hop video. I think it was like 2010. He was doing an interview for Rolling Stones where he was on the front cover with a full body tats, right? This was the first time it was the first time that he had a front cover, right? Where he was showing off that rock star aesthetic, full body tats. Tupac did not have full body tats, by the way. Okay. Tupac did not have full body tats. It was Lil Wayne was the first rapper, the first commercial rapper who came through with the full body tats, like a biker. Feel me? And in that video, he was in a hotel room and he was recording and whatnot, and he was showing niggas how he punch. He was showing people how he records by punching in, right? This was one of the first times that people were really seeing something like that. And of course, everybody wanted to know, if that's what Wayne is doing, I'm going to do that too. So Young Thug really solidified the punching technique or the punching method and whatnot. Young Thug came through with the improvisation type of shit where it's just punching in, punching in, punching in, punching in, punching in. That's how these niggas is rapping in Atlanta. They're not writing, they're punching flows. Okay. They'll go on, they'll be on 1,000 bars, they'll be on all type of drugs and do some Young Thug shit, just wow out. And then the engineer, depending on how nice they are, they'll put a song together from niggas just wilding out. Crime slowed down once YSL got arrested, though. I noticed that. What if there was what if all of those bees that these rappers are wearing is darker entities? Like, what if they're tapping into a darker entity and they're putting some type of curse on the city? What if that's the case? Nobody never asks that. You just see beads around a nigga neck and assume that he killed a goat or something and he's good. What if these rappers who are into spirituality are actually possessed by a darker spirit? Because you niggas are acting like that Africa got nothing but benevolent spirits. Okay? And we know that's not the case. They punching and can't perform the rap live. Yeah, because they didn't write that shit. It's real hard to perform some shit that you just punched in. You know, it's not that easy. Has anybody heard the African mute rapper? Yeah, he's lit, right? He's lit. Yeah, the engineers are y'all are the magicians. Y'all are the magicians, you know. And I'm not gonna take anything away from the punching flow because Kambada, who is one of the greatest artists of this era, of this time, I've seen him perfect his punching flow, to the point where I remember being in the studio one day and he was in the booth and the shit sounded like he was like mumbling. I was about to knock on the booth and try to and bring some artist intervention. And then he hopped out the booth and he was like, yo, play that back. And that shit was fire. That shit was fire. I was like, damn, how the fuck did you do that? You know? That shit was fire. So the artists know what they're doing. You know what I mean? They're working this shit out and they're perfecting it. It starts out as chaos, but it could turn into order and whatnot. But I'm just letting you know that Atlanta is going through, it's in its cocoon stage right now. It's really in a cocoon era, you know. It's not really what's coming out of the A hasn't come yet. It's on a petri dish. You know what I mean? It's fermenting. But it will come, it will pop out very soon. Mark my word. Whatever it is, it will pop out very soon. This strong end is gonna be Invest Fest. Shout out to everybody that's gonna be a part of the Invest Fest. If y'all coming into Atlanta, salute. That should be lit. I'm not gonna be there for every day of it, but I will be there probably the first day and whatnot. That Friday, I'll be out. I'll be outside, mixing and mingling, networking, rubbing shoulders. You know what I'm saying? I got a funny feeling that Kamala might pop up, but these niggas literally have a lineup where everybody's gonna be there. 50 Cent, all of the billionaires, all of the Boule billionaires. 50 Cent is coming outside. It's a few people. Are people leaving or coming to ATL? It's hard to call. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. People are leaving though, but I don't know if. Oh, your brother. Okay, I don't know how many people. I don't know if the amount of people leaving is being replaced with the amount of people coming through. Atlanta has become expensive. People are being priced out. The money that used to be in Atlanta is not here at the moment, right? It's a different environment. So some people are leaving to go to states where they don't have to pay that much for the cost of living. Some people are just done with this place because you could get tired of this place very fast. The Carolinas is getting filled up. You said they coming to Virginia. I know that the Carolinas is being filled up by a lot of the quote unquote Atlanta I ain't gonna say rejects, but the Atlanta defectors or detractors and whatnot. You understand? People are going to Texas. People are headed to Texas, especially after Beyonce told them niggas to get on the horses. People are coming to Texas heavy. Yeah, see? Solo said that Houston is the new Atlanta. I remember I was in Houston about a year ago. I was at a restaurant called Kiss. I believe it's called Kiss, right? It's in Midtown, real plush, right? Beautiful, right? Um, I'm sitting there, I'm eating mashed potatoes. Okay. I'm listening to R&B because something about Texas, the way that they carry the way that they be moving with their FBA shit, like they really make you feel like you are a Negro. And that's a good thing. I'm talking about like they really make you feel like, they just, I don't know. They just really make you feel like you at home. You know what I'm saying? They was playing the 70s music, the 80s music. Everybody looked beautiful. You feel me? Everybody looked like they was not stressed. So I was like, I'm sitting there observing the scene. And I'm like, yeah, yo, this shit is different than Atlanta. These women don't look worn out and ran through. Maybe and then that was before they said that they was leading with STDs. But they didn't look like, you know what I mean? There's something about and this is no disrespect to the Atlanta women and whatnot, but the Atlanta women got they I don't know, they look possessed. I don't they got that demon in them. You know what I'm talking about? They all look like they scheming. You feel me? Like they just got this scheming energy on them. Like they up to something. Like they want something. Like they just got this scheming demon on them. Like they selling something. You feel me? And it's just like, ooh, brother, what is that? You know what I mean? Like it's not given. It's not a magnetizing energy. They're not pulling you in. If you focus, if you awake, they're gonna push you. They will repel you. They will repel you. Okay. Whatever type of entities done hopped on these women out here in Atlanta, bro. Bro, it's nothing to fuck with. It's nothing to be. And then they got it's like different type of sexualities being explored out here. So it's like you got shorties this out here boning robots. Then you got shorties out here with the AGs and whatnot. They got the girlfriend look tough. They got the girlfriend, but she looked tough. You know what I'm saying? She looked like she looked like she's laying it down. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it's a lot of shit going on. They got sex parties out here. They in warehouses, type of warehouses, sex parties with like Atlanta housewives and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it's just different out here. They trisexuals out here. So all of that, it's like a fucking a gumbo pot. All of that craziness going on just got mixed in together because everybody's sleeping with each other. You know, the AGs are still getting knocked up on their day off. Yo, out here, the niggas will take down. These niggas is taking down AGs. If you're in Atlanta, mind you, they out here taking down AGs. You know what I'm saying? They out here taking down AGs. So, as you said, would you find your Foxy Brown out in the ATL? Yeah, bro. That I don't know about that. But you might could because everybody is, the people who are not out here running around, they in a house. Yeah, they boning robots, meaning that they got is women is locked in with the toys and all of that artificial wood and mock meat. You know what I mean? They into shit like that. The swirling shit is heavy out here. It's swirl. Yo, if you sneak into Buckhead one night and go to one of them 4-star restaurants, the swirl is heavy. I'm telling you. I promise you. You know what I mean? It would make MLK sad, my nigga. Yeah, Monsters Ball. They swirling. They are swirling with 80-year-old crackers out here. You feel me? I promise you. So it's like, it just seems that the most precious asset that everybody knows Atlanta for, when you come to Atlanta, is compromised. That's really what I see. The most precious asset is the melanated woman, not the melanated man, the melanated woman. The most precious asset in Atlantis is compromise. And you will see that when you come here, and it's compromised on multiple levels. So when you go to Houston, they're not as compromised as Atlanta. The women, I'm not paying attention to them niggas. You know what I mean? The women are not as compromised in Atlanta as they are. I mean, in Houston as they are in Atlanta. And that's just probably because that shit didn't get there yet. Whatever is in the air, it just didn't hit Houston the way that it hit Atlanta. But when it finds out that on the secret, right? Not on the surface, but on the secret side, they out there burning niggas, right? In Houston, they out there spreading diseases and whatnot. So what we don't see behind the scenes, right? It's still a crisis. So people got to straighten up, man. Yeah, Atlantis is falling. People got to kind of straighten up. The thing about Atlanta is it's a few factors. One, you got to sum it up to the music. They wasn't doing this in Outcast Atlanta. They wasn't moving like this in Ludacris's Atlanta. They wasn't even moving like this in T.I.'s Atlanta. They started moving real wacky in Young Thug's Atlanta. Okay. Not even in Young Jeezy's Atlanta, there was still some type of rapport. There was still some type of structure and whatnot. But the Young Thug shit and all of that, that just destroyed the whole, because the nigga was wearing a dress. Come on. He was killing niggas and he was wearing a dress. Like, you can't, it's a no win after that. You know what I'm talking about? He was a dope fiend, an admitted stoner. He was wearing leotards in a dress, and they was out there murking niggas. So once that became acceptable, everything else kind of fell out of the way. Why would a woman respect any type of movement in any city that they live in when the niggas that's lit be wearing a dress? But what do you think the women is gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, they got on the fucking pale horses and rode down there and took the city. You know, they came and took the city. Whatever demons was sniffing out all of that, all of those souls in Atlanta that they could corrupt, they came and rolled down and took the city once they saw that the city was slacking and it was allowing certain things to fly. Niggas got on planes, trains, and automobiles and came to Atlanta. That's why they say that it's crowded right now, because it's crowded with demon spirits. How about that? With demon spirits that are lustful, and most of them are compromised. There's not a lot of good hearts out here. People didn't come out here on some good heart shit. People didn't come out here to want to build and whatnot. You know what I mean? As much people that came out here to want to build as people that came out here to want to kill. And I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. When I was in Atlanta, niggas was dying, but they wasn't killing. Let that one you marinate for a minute. And we talking about 99, the year 2000, 2001, 2. Niggas was dying, but they wasn't killing. Did Freaknik open up a sex portal? I would say that the child murders, the Wayne Wiggins shit, the Atlanta child murders opened up a sex portal. Because when you do the research on the child murders, all of those boys, their phalluses were they were being assaulted and mutilated. They were mutilating their phalluses. Right? This was a grand ritual called the Atlanta child murders, and it put this whole town underneath a very dark spell that, in my humble opinion, it has not come from under. Remember, MLK got his shit pushed back. He got his shit pushed back. He got murked. And this is his city. So how the fuck do you think it affected his city? MLK is Edgewood and Boulevard. That's an open air fucking dope trap. It's an open air trap house where MLK has his house preserved. Where they got MLK is an open air fucking trap. Okay, it's called Boulevard. They rap about that. And Edgewood. Okay, the rapper Trouble in them. DTE Duct Tape Entertainment. All of that is Boulevard. It's an open air trap, nigga. The whole MLK shit is surrounded by dope houses and bandos and fiends, nigga. What are you talking about? Not MLK Street, MLK's house. MLK's house. Maybe not on the block where the house is, because it's like a landmark. It's preserved. The houses look like old Negro houses. But definitely the next block, they out there getting it the fuck in. They're getting it in, bro. Boulevard is a trap. Boulevard is a bando. It's an open air trap. So it's like the trauma that the people went through, it drove them to heroin after seeing Malcolm get his shit pushed back, after seeing MLK get his shit pushed back, after seeing JFK get his shit pushed back, after seeing RFK get his shit pushed back. Yeah, they murked the dude from the seafood restaurant over by MLK's house. Yep, walked right up to him and popped him. So the people, the generation, like my dad's generation, right? The elders, what they call the baby boomers, right? I call them the what did I call them? The Bonchist boomers, right? The baby boomers, right? They were traumatized. They were traumatized, and they went to either selling dope, or they jumped on that dope. They got on dope. They got on alcohol and dope. You know what I mean? They got on alcohol and dope to numb the pain, because they had the assassinations and then they had the riots, and it was more murders. You know what I mean? The police was laying niggas down. The army came through, was laying niggas down. So once they traumatized a population, and then put them niggas on integration, integrated them into the burning house, right? They integrated them into the burning house. Then right after that, that's like Vietnam. That's the introduction to a wide operation, a CIA operation of heroin. And then after heroin, you have a little bit of the freebase. That's Richard Pryor catching fire from freebasing, right? Where they were freebasing the cocaine, and then voila, magically, the goddamn cocaine turns into a $5 hit, and now you have crack cocaine, and it's over after that. That's the beginning of the end. That's the beginning of the end. You know what I'm saying? So all of this shit was planned and whatnot. It's all a cycle. It's all a cycle. You know what I mean? This is something that social engineers have put together the same way that they got like city planners. They got people planning for the next 50 years and whatnot. You know what I mean? And these rappers who have turned their cities into narco states and whatnot, and into killing fields, they gain nothing from it. They gain nothing from it. They become tools. They gain nothing. None of these rappers have gained anything from what they've done to their cities and whatnot. Name a rapper in Jacksonville that's thriving from having a fucking war in their city. Name a rapper from Philadelphia that's thriving, and that's the murder capital. Name rappers from Memphis that are thriving. Them niggas in Memphis is all on the run. They got people on their tails. They can't even do shows and whatnot. You say Dirk is thriving. Dirk had to become Muslim. Dirk had to drop his flag, and that nigga is doing salat 6 times a day, so the feds don't come and get him. They done pushed his brother Wig back, and no, he's not winning. Don't be fooled, my nigga. If any one of them niggas who's locked up for FB for Duck's murder, if any one of them decide that they want to start singing one day, all them niggas is a rap. Are you dumb? He can't sleep at night. He can't sleep at night knowing that one of these niggas might tell one day. Are you he's not winning. That's not a win at all. It's not a win. People are living in the prisons that they built for themselves. So they got to turn and submit. They have to submit. They have to humble themselves and become religious. So if they not becoming Muslim, these niggas is becoming heavy Christian. I'm talking about heavy. They like Hebrew Israelite type shit. Them niggas is on Yahshua. You know what I mean? They not just giving you like your grandmother's Jesus. They going to Yahshua. These niggas is wearing robes and shit. You know what I'm talking about? And then the other rappers, they're going straight Islamic. They're not going Islam. They're going Islam. They're not putting on a bow tie. They pulling on a jalabeen, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They going all the way in with the long beard and all of that. With the mark on their forehead. They going in like they locked up. They going that Muslim. So there's a change taking place. Yeah, shout out to Rollo, Mr. Dog Food. You feel me? Rollo got the hood lit. He's the hood imam. He's the one who pushed all of this shit with Fam Goon. He was the one that was pushing that shit with the Fam Goon movement. And then a lot of other rappers and whatnot, they started jumping on the bandwagon. But Fam Goon is originally the street. Remember, H-Rap Brown. H-Rap Brown. And a lot of people don't talk about him. He had the West End on smash. When I was in Atlanta in the year 2000 and I came down to the West End, it didn't look like it looks now. You couldn't sell dope on certain blocks because they were finding drug dealers in trunks and in garbage cans. Okay? H-Rap Brown and them, they were cleaning that shit up. They pushed all of these niggas back to the bluff. They pushed all the drugs and all the drug dealers. They were not thriving in the West End like that. He was washing niggas up. So the police set him up. They set him up. 2000, that was the year they set York up. They set H-Rap Brown up. And they set Khalid Muhammad up. Khalid Muhammad died in Atlanta in the year 2001. Malachi Z. York, of course, everybody knows it came down, they raided him, you know what I mean? Hit him with the Rico type shit. And then the good brother H-Rap ran down on him, said that he killed 2 police and lined him up. You know? And then they pushing the Trap Museum. You got the mayor and them talking about the Trap Museum. But you had people in Atlanta who was putting all of that shit to bed. They was shutting all of that down. They wasn't supporting none of that. And it was a movement out here. You know what I mean? It just wasn't no YouTube, and niggas wasn't trying to be stars and shit. So they wasn't out here promoting themselves the way that the younger generation promote themselves. But they were moving strong, militant. you know, militant. Atlanta had a huge movement going on multiple fronts. I would say bigger than the movement that they got going on right now. It's not RIP. He's not dead. H-Rap is not dead. He's in jail. You know? He's in jail. So the city, the Black Sam interview. Yeah, that was deep. You know? That was deep. Basically saying that Nip got backdoored and, that was the conversation taking place for a while. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that he's getting certain things off of his chest. And somebody gonna have to answer for that situation, even though it's 4 years later. If the brother, if his brother feels like he got set up and he got backdoored by Big U, then something needs to, I'm sure it's not going to rest on his conscience. He's just not going to let that fly and go by, he's not going to sweep that under the rug. So yeah, there's a lot of people talking, and we'll see what comes out of that. You know what I mean? I think he's going to be at the Invest Fest too. The old ATL was better before Hurricane Katrina. Yes. Remember that shift? That's what brought murders. They brought them New Orleans niggas started murdering shit. They brought the murder game to Atlanta, where it wasn't the quote unquote, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case before. Like I said, people were dying, but people were not killing like that. These niggas came and basically, and did what? They start robbing people, right? They start robbing people. They start pocket watching. They started hating. You know what I mean? They start kicking doors down, tying niggas up, and doing all of that whole ass shit, that thirsty shit. And it kind of changed the trajectory. Because even with the New Yorkers, it was mad New Yorkers out here. We wasn't out here robbing. You was able to. I remember being outside of 112 where people was wearing a jewelry. This was like Visions. I'm outside of Visions. I'm outside of 112. You feel me? I'm outside of Gentlemen's Club. I'm outside of Otto's. We used to go to Otto's dressed up in Buckhead. This is before Meech killed Wolf in Buckhead. Before, when Meech killed Wolf, that's when New York died. That was in 2003, by the way. When he killed Wolf, that was the end of the New York era when it was running shit. All right. Yes, I'm H-Rap Brown. His new name, his Islamic name is Jamal Al-Amin. All right, he's an imam, Jamal Al-Amin, and that's why some people may not be familiar with the name that I was saying when I was saying H-Rap Brown. But yes, he becomes Jamal Al-Amin, and they set him up for killing two deputies when they were serving a warrant or something. He didn't get killed in the process. He just got arrested. And he's been claiming his innocence. Underground ATL coming back. Yeah, they got bonfires. Sunday bonfires is at the Underground. The Sunday bonfires is there. So, yeah. So even when they shut down the clubs in Buckhead and the Underground, shit changed. Yes, that's 03. I left up out of this. I got up out of here. I was like, I went to Miami because the energy shifted dramatically. And it was a heavy anti-New York sentiment for a minute, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. I got better things to do. So I started going to work with Pitbull in Miami, and the rest is history. And then right after that, I came to New York, and I never left. But yeah, why they never turn to African spirituality? Who's they? Who's they? Remember Jack the Rapper? That was lit. That's what brought a lot of New Yorkers down there. You did the West End from 96 to see? So okay, so you know. You already know. I don't have to tell you anything. I remember when the Metropolitan Lofts was popping. I remember when it was popping. I remember a lot of things about the A. I remember when Little 5 Points was different. You feel me? We had a store in Little 5 Points called a Duat where KT was working, KB, right? The Ghetto Shaman. They were owners of the store. We had our clothes in there. We had some DVDs in there. This was like back in the days. You know what I'm saying? 09. Niggas wasn't thinking about having those stores, you know? But yeah, this city has changed very dramatically. You know, it's hard to explain how it's changed, you know. You from the D and the Buffalo Cats put me on 5 point. Okay, yeah. That part. Shout out to them Buffalo Cats. You go from Black Power to Islam. H-Rap Brown rappers. Islam is not the black man's religion. Yeah. You're gonna have to write him and get into that conversation with the brother because, you know, it's what it is, you know what I'm saying? Because I was locked up observing Islam. This was like in the 90s though. You know, I definitely get what you're saying, like the sentiments with the Akis in the corner store who are, you know, they practice their version of Islam. They the Arabs, you know, and the version of Islam that I saw our people practicing, yeah, it was a conflict of interest. It was a conflict. I ain't gonna hold you. It was a conflict of interest. So, you know, they got to figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That the Arabs is holding on to all kind of shit that they was taught, and then our people have the truth about Bilal being melanated. You know what I mean? A few things. So you know, they should work that out. They should work that out. But what I do know is we come and take shit over. You know, did CDs last for 10 years before they went out of style? Okay, let me think about it. 90. Yeah. CDs was going strong for more than 10 years. Bro, I was selling CDs at the Gathering of the Masters. My genius. I don't know why they doing it. I know why they doing it because they want this streaming shit to take off and to take over. But if you're an independent artist, do not let these Peckerwoods convince you to not be selling no damn CDs. I fell for that. I had slowed down on the hard copies, but boy, oh boy, am I back? I'm not doing that again. Hard copies are a go. The hard copies are a go. Do not let these people convince you to not rock with your hard copies. If you have a book, yeah, Amazon and all of that shit is cute, but you want the hard copy of the physical of everything that you're doing right now, especially being that the goddamn grid could go down any minute. Any minute. The shit be blacking out. The fucking internet be cutting off like I'm in Nairobi, Kenya or something. You know what I mean? So you never know. Hard copy, pause. You know what I mean? Make sure you have the backup of whatever digital file that you have in a hard copy. I be printing shit out on my printer, you know, just regular articles and whatnot. Cause I'm like, let me print it out and punch some holes in it. And I got a binder. And I'm putting all of the shit that I want to really hold on to in a binder. I'm not relying on the internet to hold all of these files. Hell no. No way. No way, Jose. Look, got the Red Summer CD unopened. You a legend. You're a legend. Streaming is basically renting everything. Yes. Streaming. That's a dirty game that they playing. I promise you. It's a dirty game. It's not necessarily the worst thing that can happen, but it's a dirty game. CDs cost $50. What's your favorite artist? Damn, they selling them for $50. God damn. Lord have mercy. I didn't know that. I would never sell my CD for no $50 though. I want to get into vinyl. That's my next foray. The vinyl game. You know, I'm very interested in that, especially with this project that we got with the 44 tops. Like, I need to pull that Fax remix out of a album sleeve, like how my parents used to have it. You feel me? Like, I need the whole album experience for this 44 tops jump off. Yeah, they took the CD players out of the cars. Word. Shit crazy. Vinyl made a major comeback. Super facts. Nip sold his shit for $100. Yes, proud to pay. That is true. You know, if somebody pays 100, I'm not selling mine for 100. He said proud to pay. I'm with all of the proud to pay. But if people see the worth and the value and they pay 100, shit, let's go. If you pay 1,000, let's do it. You know, let's do it. I'm with all of that. The value is in the autograph. That's what I told somebody. That's what I was telling the family at the gathering. The value is in my I autographed everything that I sold. The value is in my autograph. Here, let me get that $20. Take this CD, and chances are this $20 CD is gonna increase in value to $2,000 because I'm lit. Feel me? It's only gonna go one or two ways. It's gonna depreciate in value to the point where it's not worth nothing, or it's gonna appreciate in value. And when you hold up a CD that Red Pill signed, you'll be able to pay your rent. You know what I'm talking about? So that's the hedge. The hedge is that the autograph is the monetary value in all physical products now. That's the hedge. You know? So that's where we at with it. Don't let them convince you to only sell merch and not a physical product. No, no. Sell cassette tapes, vinyl, and the CD. If you got fire music, fuck that. Yeah, you need to sign Batman Mafia. I feel it. Word. Word is born. I just sent out a signed Scorpion King. You know, people been buying up Scorpion King for, Red Summer's still selling. Scorpion King is still selling. 48 Pillars of Power, the twin album, the double album, that's still selling. Yes, you did. Thank you so much, Golden Age. See, the love is there. The love is there, you know. Yeah, the little pops, the crinkle and the cracks on the LP, the shit popping. I need the edge of the vinyl to be worn down and whatnot. Like, I need that whole feeling. So kudos to the physicals. Kudos to everybody who told me to get the physical, because I was weighing it out. I didn't know. I was balancing the idea, and I threw it out there, and I threw it back and was like, bro, get the physical now. And I ordered that shit immediately. And I'm very, very happy that I did that. You dig? You got the Twin CD in the Whippington. Yes, I love it. I love it. You know, I love it. And the next whip that I get, it gotta have a CD player. I don't give a F. The next whip that I get gotta have a CD player. I ain't with all of that fancy shit, that fancy schmancy push button start. I'm gonna be like, yo, we gotta install the CD player, whatever it is, whatever spaceship. We gotta get that CD player because I need to always have that on deck. Bing Crosby, Little Drummer Boy. Okay, let me see. Let me capture that. Boop. Any wild abstract cover ideas? I mean, I got crazy ideas, but yeah, you got to carry your own radio with your tape deck and all of that, with the CD player and the tape deck. You got to be your own program director in these streets, like for real, for real. Oh, I gotta let y'all know, in case y'all don't know, this is some good news. A word from my sponsor. Word from my sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. On the 31st of August, on the 31st of August, okay? I believe that's a Saturday. Black Magic 363, Wadada, and Know the Ledge, we present to you Double Dutch Day. The first annual Double Dutch Day, right there in the West End at Wadada. Okay? Wadada. Yeah. It's a Saturday. And we're going to be celebrating. It's going to be like a block party. And we want to bring the family out. We want your inner child to come and enjoy herself, himself. We want y'all to get y'all double dutch on. We want you to get your politicking on. We want you to come and support Wadada. You know what I mean? This is a melanated. The sister has 5 children, right? Do the children eat free? Like I said, I believe that the children do eat free. I believe the children do eat free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna get them some rice cakes. We're gonna hook them up. Yeah, they all getting rice cakes. And y'all know how I was going hard, pause, for the sister from Wadada, right? She was assaulted by an assailant in the beginning of this year. I mean the beginning of this summer and whatnot. And she's a warrior. You feel me? So she's okay. She's okay. She was actually at the gathering of the masters with Blue Pill serving food with her children and whatnot. So she's been able to, bounce back, and she's being celebrated. I believe she was on 85 South. She was on the 85 South show promoting her restaurant and whatnot. So, we are gonna support her. We're gonna get behind her. We're gonna support Wadada. We're gonna have a block party, and we're gonna bring the people out. We're gonna play new music. We're gonna play classic music. We might even have and I'm not supposed to let the cat out the bag, What's the girl from the Olympics, the break dancer? Was it Raygun? I think we're gonna even have Raygun out there doing backspins. Yeah, Raygun. That part. Diversity, like they were saying at the DNC convention. Diversity, bring the Becky to come and do a few backspins for us. But it's gonna be lit though. You know what I mean? It's gonna be lit. It is the end of the month. We're going to be doing this in Atlanta. You know, if you live in like Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Mississippi, you know what I mean? Like if you live in driving distance, then you might as well pull up and come and break bread and have fun and enjoy your day. The sister from Wadata, she was attacked, but she, she's all right now. We're just gonna leave it at that. You feel me? I went through a lot dealing with this with that situation, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in a better place now mentally, but I was ready to crash out. Like I was very unhinged when that happened. Um because, it's like, you know, we got to be more, you know what I mean? We got to protect our women in our community. It's important. It's important. So, yeah, Scorpion King too. Yeah, shit. I need that too. I need that too. You feel me? They unsubscribed me from your channel. You probably lost. Yeah, the YouTube shit is kind of funny, man. The YouTube ish is kind of funny. They doing that to me on Instagram as well. Am I coming to Norfolk, Virginia? Yes, we are coming to Norfolk. I believe that is a November date for the Norfolk thing. That's in November. I will have a definite date for you, but that is definitely in November that we're planning on coming out there. So, we'll continue that conversation about protection and all of these things at the event. You know what I mean? We're going to stand on business because certain things, were handled. And, we just got to remain sturdy. You know what I'm talking about? We got to remain sturdy. Was Eric from EPMD the pioneer of the NYC move? Eric Sermon? Ha! Nah. I don't think so. I think they was out there before he came. But he definitely, when he pulled up and he opened up a tire shop out here, he definitely had New York people pulling up. So he was one of the pioneers. He was one of the pioneers. He was one of the pioneers. You feel me? I could admit it. He was one of the pioneers. When will we hear more about the Facts Initiative? Immediately after this strong end, there was something that there was a workbook for the Invest Fest, but it wasn't completed in time. So you will hear more about the Facts Initiative moving into September. You know, you've been to HOK 35th. Yeah, I've been over there to the House of Conscience. I did a lecture there a few times in Norfolk over the years. I did 2 lectures there. I did Facts Initiative at the HOK in Norfolk. Yeah, that was me. This was like 2018 or 2017, one of them. But yeah, I've been there. I love it there. Salute to them. You know, early Atlanta, 93 to 98 was Trill. Yeah, it was. Heavy in the college. It was like heavy with the college shit. You know what I mean? $19.95, New York Cats non-famous was deep. Yeah, you feel me? Like New York was deep in the A. Because remember, all of these other niggas that moved out here. No disrespect to you other niggas, but New York was the one that seeded Atlanta as a colony more than any other outside state. Like Atlanta, y'all need to stop fucking playing. Like, don't play with me. If you know what I'm talking about. Y'all started getting Californians and Floridians and people from and people from New Orleans, and that came later. The first wave of sauce. Somebody go tell Little Yachty, the niggas who came with that Drippington, with that sauce, that was New York, baby. We rolled dolo from state to state. You know what I mean? And we was very deep out there. You know? Very deep. So that was our Atlanta became our outpost. Word got back to the city, you know. The Norfolk, that's gonna be a lecture. But you know, we bringing the 44 tops with us. I'm not going, like I said, the 44 tops is for the demographics of the audience that we saw at Brother Rich's event, the Gathering of the Masters. Those were the boomers. Okay, those were the boomers. The boomers. That's who we doing this shit for. The boomers. Right? You see the 44 top hoodie? We are doing this for the boomers. They go to CD right there. That's the hard. Pause. That's the hard cover. Then we got the master teacher shirts. That's still going crazy. You know what I mean? That's on the mark125.com. That's still going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, this is for the elders. This is for the OGs, the aunties that support us. We did this for y'all. You feel me? we going on tour to come and see y'all. You know what I mean? My old heads. You know, we're gonna bring the aunties out. You know what I'm talking about? I'm in my mink slide moment right now. You know, I'm gonna throw on the bell bottoms on these. I'm gonna throw on the bell bottoms on them. You know, the hard bottoms. You know what I'm talking about? You know, we might be the boomers, but we're the boom boxers. Turn that for you. Feel me? The boomers turned into boom boxers. So y'all deserve the music. Don't stop coming out for y'all just because you might be in your 60s or your 70s or your fit. No, the music don't stop. You need knocks. You don't have to go back into your record collection. You got new paint. You know what I mean? You got new shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's who we're doing it for. Y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all deserve some theme music. You know, y'all got a whole new swag. Y'all out here wearing copper and whatnot, bendies, crowns and shit like that. Y'all need a new soundtrack. So when y'all step in the room, you're not playing the fucking Shaft soundtrack in your head. You need new, you know, you need some new shit. Where is Kendrick? He's Ghost like Kambada. I need more music from them. You know, these are generational artists. They're different. You know what I mean? Like, I think Kendrick is definitely gonna drop an album. I know he's gonna drop something new. You know what I mean? He might be in the process of working on it. ATL grandmas are different than LA grandmas. Shit. When I was in LA, I seen grandmas in LA with face tats and blue bandanas. They was about that life. They was looking like Purnell on Menace to Society, my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Grandparents out there look different. The whole family had blue rags on, down to the baby. The whole family was crippin'. You feel me? I was like, this some dedicated crippin' right here. Niggas got the granny crippin' with the two elbows type shit. I'm scared of y'all. Y'all got this shit figured out. I'm scared of y'all, man. You know what I mean? I am scared of y'all. But yeah, with that being said, we are reaching the 2:00 hour. The Wayans fucked up the community with that movie. Man, we're gonna talk about the Wayans one day. The fucking Wayans, bro. We're gonna have a Wayans conversation, a Wayans exorcism. You know. Yo, Red, when I seen you at the vegan spot in Atlanta, while all them dudes was on the porch with all of them hammers, I was like, we can't. Oh, you mean without? I think it was at Tassili's, and they had the security out there with the hammers. Yeah, they wear guns in Atlanta. They wear guns like how niggas wear Jordans. Like they match their outfits with their guns out here. So when you living in a Second Amendment state, it's different. Like I can't never go back to New York, and I can't go to no state where you can't carry after being in a state where you can carry. If you understand what that means, like if you're in a state where you can't carry a weapon, you're not an American. You're not a you paying taxes for what? You're not even experiencing all of the rights of allegedly an American. You can't even carry a blick. Can't even protect yourself. You don't even know what a gun feels like. And then you go across the border and these niggas is wearing guns like overalls. Nah, I'm good. I can't go to where they're not carrying. Would I ever go to the Twin Fest with Blue? If they book us, you know, I'm just not showing up. But if I get a bag, I'm definitely pulling up to the Twin Fest. You know? That's why people was going to Tennessee and Texas, because you could carry as much as you can hold. You feel me? The fuck? I wish I would go somewhere where you get in trouble for carrying a box cutter. And they got niggas out here carrying rocket launchers. You know? They got niggas carrying rocket launchers. I'm so good. I pay taxes. I want to experience all of the fucking benefits and the amenities of a taxpaying citizen. Give me my hammer. You know? So, with that being said, we're going to leave you with some music, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back maybe before Third Eye Thursdays. Who knows? You know, just depending on how things go. For my Houston family, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. We got something that we're going to surprise the Houston family with. Just stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you're tapped into either my IG or this YouTube channel. I don't want to speak on anything before prematurely and whatnot, but stay tuned. That part. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, with that being said, man, we'll leave you with this with the video from last weekend, from the gathering. A little something. All right. Matter of fact, let me see. I'm gonna give y'all this little special. Let's play this. This from last week. Check it out.
I can do magic. 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 Hey, I can do magic. I can do magic.
That was Atlanta. Last Sunday. Matter of fact, last Sunday. Turned. You know what I'm talking about? Turned. They didn't know how to act.
For the stars without a horoscope, North Star a victim. Played by the system. Bill Clinton gave my niggas 3 strikes. We all miss them. The last generation of kids that used to play outside till it was bitch black dog. Street lights come on, you hand your ass in the yard. Unless of course you thug it, lock slug it, mom and pop to home buggy. We ran from cops on our block. peace into hip-hop. Became a beast, hoping to rise like yeast to the tip-top. Giving you rhythm no rapper has ever given you. Filling them with the feeling, they know that I'm killing them. Getting busy amongst my niggas kicking ill shit. Who's the greatest? Just say that you was there to witness it. With you with this, competition is ridiculousness. Niggas finish before I even finish.
Shout out to Flame. That was the brother spitting right before this. This is Arcane right here. Shout out to the good brother Flame. Me and that brother have a banger. We got a song together that's about to body this shit. We about to shoot the video soon. Brrr.
111, 222, 333. I think I like what the universe teaching me. Thought I ain't had it, now I know I hold the key. I feel like a god in this world full of Z's. DNA activation, I'm finna show them some real speed. I can't wait to put some more leash right on some goddamn feet. We finna whip this system down to the ground by any means. They call me crazy, I be talking to the trees. I be connecting with all the birds and the bees. I finna put a neighborhoods and plant some seeds. Cause I am nature and nature is me. I was cruising down the street, 6 deep, 5 ancestors and crystals on me. Gang stuffers on my trail when I speak. My third eye open, kinda miss when I was asleep. Fuckers in my gun, bitch the queen. Now I'm dancing Michael Jackson, Billie Jean. Like Martin Luther told them that I had a dream. That this world is finna come right back to me. Okay. Y'all like that one? Okay. Y'all mess with that one?
Yeah, so that was pretty much, you know what I mean?
Who do you think you are? I am
This is brother Kamal right here. Kamal the Great, master poet.
with the 1% which they represent. I am what money cannot buy. I am a soul tied to the Most High. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? They call me black, but in fact, I am the sky, ground, every compound, the molecule that makes the universe. I am earth, wind, and fire. I carry the blood of the true Messiah. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I am every frequency, food for thought, so come and eat with me. I am the recipe. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I am a celestial being, which is more than a human being. My celestial dreams are manifestations. I'm the world's hardest math equation. I am the true Asian. I am the original Native American, and the earth is my inheritance. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I am what they study but don't understand. The true question is, how can God fit inside of a man? I am first, I am last. I'm the future, I'm the past. I'm the reason nature behaves. I'm a creature that never ages. I'm every stage of everything. I am.
Somebody was like, where can I attend these events? Whenever we doing something. Whenever we doing something. We put that together the day of. You know what I mean? No flyer, nothing. We put that together on just on energy. You feel me? Just the energy that we had in the building. We had to give them an after party and celebrate them. But on the 31st, the day of the double dutch, you know what I mean? I would definitely suggest that y'all pull up. I'm not gonna say that we're gonna be doing that. You know, it's not. I don't know what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? We might have an after party. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the things that, you know, you just got to put out there in the universe and see what happens. You know what I mean? Who do you think you are? But yeah, that part. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody for their time, and we will see you very, very soon. Yeah, just a little taste of it, just a little taste of energy, just a little taste, just because the moon is lit. We just impregnating the moon with this good energy and the divine thoughts. And, you know, once again, like I said, we all have the opportunity to create the reality that we want to live in, that we want to see, because we could be, you know, we could be in a reality where this is a constant. It's not something that's just this could be our reality. Feel me? This could be our reality. It's not difficult. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you, it is not difficult to create the reality that you want to live in. All right. So with that being said, Facts Remix, 44 Tops, love and light to the family. Peace.
Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Facts. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red and blue, purple light, friends. Facts. You can get to know the legend, sacrilegious Sunday to Melanin Monday. You can get to know the legend, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. We gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.